What's happening, dogs? Mr. Allen here. We're about to evaluate this trig function here using special right triangles rather than our unit circle. So what we got to get here first is our reference angle. Well, 120 is going to have a 60-degree reference angle, and it's going to be located in my second quadrant. So some people like to draw that up. We're going to have our 60-degree reference angle. That's 60 right there. And now I can use what I know about 30, 60, 90 triangles to set this up. Across from the 60 is going to be root 3. Next to it's going to be a -1 because it's going back and to the left, and my hypotenuse will be 2. Now I can use cosine, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, -1 over +2. That will be my final answer for this dope problem. Peace out, dogs. We're about to evaluate tangent of 225 degrees using special right triangles rather than the unit circle. So first off, this is in my third quadrant, and it's a 45-degree reference angle. So let's draw that up. Now, what's across my 45-degree angle? It's going to be 1 and 1. But because we're in the third quadrant here, both of these need to be negative. And then my hypotenuse, which really doesn't matter for tangent, is root 2. But just for fun, right? So tangent is opposite over adjacent, which is -1 over -1, which simplifies down to 1. So my final answer here is +1 for tangent 225 degrees. That is super dope. We're about to evaluate this dope trig function, cosecant of -pi/3 using special right triangles. So to do so, I got to figure out where it's located and what's my reference. Well, this is going to be in the fourth quadrant since it's -pi/3. And since it's over 3, that's a 60-degree reference angle. Let's draw it up. Now across my 60 is root 3, but because it's going down, that bad boy's negative. Next to the 60 is going to be +1, and my hypotenuse is going to be 2. Cosecant is my reciprocal of sine, so instead of opposite over hypotenuse, it's going to be hypotenuse over the opposite. Now I got to rationalize this thing by multiplying by root 3 over root 3. Next thing, I got to see if I can simplify. 2 and 3 do not reduce. This is going to be my final answer right here. Dang, dog. That's super dope. We're about to evaluate this dope trig function, cotangent of -7pi/6 using special right triangles rather than my unit circle. So first thing I got to figure out is where is it located and what's my reference? Well, this is a negative angle of rotation, and it's going to end up in the second quadrant. And since it's over 6, that's a 30-degree reference. So let's draw our triangle now. So what is across from my 30-degree angle? That's going to be 1. Next to it is going to be root 3, but because I'm going to the left, it's negative. And then my hypotenuse, which really doesn't matter for cotangent, is 2. But just for fun, right? I'm going to label it all. All right. Cotangent is adjacent over opposite. So I'm going to have -root 3 over 1. So -root 3 over 1 simplifies down to -root 3. That's it. That's dope. That's awesome. America, deuces, dogs. We're about to evaluate this trig function here using special right triangles rather than our unit circle. First things first, what quadrant is this in? It's in the third quadrant, and because it's over 3, that means it's my 60-degree reference angle. So I'm going to draw that triangle up in the third quadrant now. Now, which side is across from my 60? That's going to be my root 3. But because it's going down, it's negative. Now, next to it's going to be 1, but because it's going to the left, it is negative. And my hypotenuse is 2. Now, secant is my reciprocal of cosine. And cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so we're going to have hypotenuse over adjacent. So it's going to be 2 over -1, which simplifies down to -2. Final answer for this bad boy right here. Woo! That's dope.